My grandma lived to be over 100 years old, and you know what she never did in her life? She never went to a gym to exercise. She did something else. And my well-educated guess that if you ask most centenarians, you'll get the same answers, which we're going to transform in this video and apply to our modern, busy, behind-the-desk lives. Doesn't mean that not going to gym is optimal, and you should definitely strive. We all know what we should do, but we're just humans, or monkeys, who are just trying to reach the stars and see the future, and sometimes life just happens. You get too busy or too overwhelmed or just lazy, and that's when you need a safety net, something that would carry you and me to that 100 years mark. And recently, if you've seen my videos, there was way too much crap going in my life, multiple losses in the family, changing work, going to court every other week, and I found myself falling off the wagon. But that last video, dedicated to my grandma about the secrets of the centenarians, got me thinking. What is the second line of defense? How do you manage these bad days? How do you exercise without exercising? And so I went to Reddit and asked almost 2 million people to give me their best ideas. I have started with my grandma's example. She lived on the 3rd floor and took stairs up and down every day. And then we got rolling into some practical, some hilarious, and a few special ideas which I'm going to leave for the dessert, because they expand and improve your mental state as well. Alright, number 2. When you go to work, shopping or wherever, park as far as you can from the entrance. Why? It's much quicker to find a spot like that. It's going to save you a few dings on your car in the long run, and of course it will give you extra steps while you get to the store. Next, when you get into the store, try to remember these 2 words. Farmers carry. That's how you improve your grip, your shoulders, and exercise abs all at the same time. So don't touch the cart, but instead pick a basket or 2 and practice carrying. The extra benefit? It's going to save you some money as well, because when you carry, you don't buy all that crap that you don't really need. Number 4. Standing in line, stand on one leg and count. Balance is extremely important to avoid injuries, especially as we get older, so get some free training in any line, anywhere. And by the way, you don't need to implement all the tips I'm going to give you. Just pick 1 or 2 which makes the most sense for you now and get going with it. Get going. Going, yeah, pun intended. When I have started this process, I've started with just one thing. This one, in fact. Active teeth brushing. Just like that. You brush and do some reverse cuff raises at the same time. And it's what, 2 minutes in the morning, 2 minutes in the evening, 4 minutes total every day. Doesn't sound like a lot, but if you sum it up, it's actually almost 30 minutes each week, which is not too shabby if you ask me. Your knees are going to be extremely happy that you gave them this attention. And then the regular calf raises, that's even easier whenever you get driven somewhere. Listen to music and pump to the beat. Or if you're working behind a computer like I do, guess what? You can do them too, pretty much anytime. I do it right now. Just like that. And speaking about computers, the easiest way to get hours and hours of movement in your life is to take all calls or attend all online meetings while walking. On the other hand, if you're not working, but actually playing a computer game, each time you see a long loading screen, do some push-ups or lunges. That's going to make all game choices so much more meaningful and will elevate your gaming experience to the next level. I haven't been exercising for months, but I was playing Baldur's Gate, and guess what? My PR and push-ups has increased. I can do more now, plus gaming is much more fun. So, before we get to the specials, if you have something to add to this list, please write it down for me in the comments, so I can try to incorporate them into my safety net as well, because you never know what's going to work the best. Okay, now let's get to the extras, which are not just physical, but also mental. For example, Another great opportunity to exercise both your legs and your cool is to do some squats when pumping gas. And judging by the comments, a lot of people find it absurd. Well, but I guarantee you, if you think it's too awkward, the only thing which is going to happen, you're going to get some pump. And you're going to extend your comfort zone, which is priceless, absolutely priceless. I think Tim Ferriss advocated in his 4 hours work week to go through the exercise of asking for a discount in a Starbucks, just for that, for the comfort zone extension, which helps with everything in your life.
So like for the next 10 coffees that you get, each time ask for a 10% discount. You can't say you're doing an experiment. You can't say that Tim Ferriss told you so. You just have to ask for 10% off. It doesn't matter if they say yes or not. It makes you more comfortable with discomfort.
But it puts the other person through the discomfort as well, so here's my take on it. Did you know that the chairs in the airport are very stable and have just the right grip to practice L-sits? So here's your ultimate challenge when you fly somewhere next time. Try the L-sit. Of course, it's more like an icing on a cake, because flying doesn't happen every day, but what does happen every day to the most of us is cooking, which is always a great opportunity to get some dancing in your life. Remember what Gandalf said? Dance, you fools! It's not just an awesome way to be more active, but it also instantly improves your mood, because you lead your physiology with you lead your psychology with your physiology. Anyway, they are like that, one leads another. And if you have seen my video about practical ways to be more happy, I think it's an exercise number 5 on the list. And if you haven't, but you want to get more joy in your life every single day, live not just longer, but better, here's what you need to know. Happiness is a choice. Happiness is the result of what you practice. And this is exactly the video you need right now. Living is smart, happiness is what you do, and I'll see you there.